Happy New Year. We're talking all about how to understand your dog a little bit better. So, ideally, you may think your dog's not listening. You may want a better relationship with your dog, but there is a way you can become a dog whisperer so you can start to understand your dog and your puppy a little bit better. Our dogs do understand more than what we actually give them credit for. So I want to go through a few tips that's going to get you to understand your dog a little bit more so you can have a better relationship with them, and training definitely goes a lot smoother. So one thing you want to do to build the relationship with your dog, so you can understand what your dog is saying, is think about canine communication and body language. Dogs learn more before you even say sit or ask them to do anything. They learn more towards body language, hand gestures, and things like that. So even in training, before we actually say the word sit or things like that, we try to do the hand gesture first. So you definitely want to look at how your dog is communicating with you. Our dogs are saying so much by looking into their eyes, their ears, their tail says a lot. One of the common ones that people do know is that when dogs are wagging their tails, they may be happy. But ideally, if you do look into canine body language and things of such, you'll realize that your dog's talking to you all the time. One thing that I like to do is when I go out to families' home, I bring this cute little handout, and it has all the different types of body languages of the dogs. And what that means is ideally it's for kids, but I bring it for the adults as well. And it's really cool to see some of the things that your dog does that you may not understand they're trying to communicate to you. So definitely take a look at your dog's body language, and that will help you understand their needs and their wants and things like that. Second, trust and respect. You definitely want to look at your dog as a part of the family, and you're probably thinking, of course I look at my dog as part of the family. But one of the things I do when in dog training, when I come into your home, I look at the relationship everyone has with that dog, and I want to see, who does the dog, one of the questions you'll hear me ask, like, who's the dog's person, because that may mean that the dog trusts them a little bit more. So when your dog learns to trust you, that's one way they communicate with you. You'll start seeing them around you more. You'll start seeing them communicating with you more by responding when you're asking them to. So ideally, building trust. And that leads me into the third thing, is active listening. You want to be sure that, not saying that your dog's like, hey, Pam, what's going on? But your dogs are communicating to you, like I said, all the time. For instance, one of the common ones that people know when dogs are communicating to them where they're not speaking is when your dog is sick. We all know that maybe if our dog's a little bit lethargic, if they're kind of, or if you touch them in pain, those are common signs where our dog communicated to us, and see, you already knew that they were in pain. So you definitely want to look at your dog and actively listen to, how they're moving about, how they're communicating with you and things of such. Really try to be in tune to your dog. In that way, you'll be able to have a better understanding of them and how they communicate. And last but not least, it may seem so simple, but physical activity, training, and things of such, I can't speak so highly about how training in general, just spending time with your dog helps you build that relationship with them so you can help communicate with them a little bit more and become that dog whisperer. I would say, amongst everything I discussed here today, taking walks with them, spending time with them, sitting with them, just, petting them, things like getting that bond with them first is definitely going to lead to that trust, and definitely going to lead them to communicating with you a little bit more. But I challenge you today, just take a look at your dog while they're moving around and try to guess what you think they may need. A lot of times our dog will go to the door when they need to go to the bathroom. They'll come sit and stare at you. And isn't it amazing how we know what they want? So yes, our dogs communicating with us all the time. So I challenge you, just take a look at your dog, see what they're communicating to you, and try to, go ahead and build that relationship with them by playing, training, and things of such. But as always, if you have questions, drop them in the comments. You can always listen to me on all those podcast platforms, Spotify, Stitcher, things of such, at Positive Dog Training Conversations. But other than that, I hope you enjoy your week, and I'll see you next week with another great topic. Bye.